Hello, Libra. Welcome. Thank you for being here. This is going to be a general read, so of course everything may not resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel at Value3 Tarot. She's review as well. Thank you. Hmm. There's a gnat in here somewhere. Don't know where it went or where it landed. All right, let's see what's going on. That's funny. That's a funny energy. I'll give you that, Libra. You're definitely, let's see. Huh. How interesting. How very interesting. Um, you as well. Very similar to Gemini's energy. You as well. Hey. Ain't that something? Ain't that something, Libra? Ain't that something? Um, one more. Energetic. Kind of careful with how I say this. Energetically, with whatever these elements and energy, you're just kind of energetically you're just kind of playing with it. Um, you're just playing with it. You also kind of show me right away. You kind of have a little bit of like a smirk about this. You're like, it's like this mischievous smirk or grin. Like I know, it is what it is. It is what it is. What you're emphasizing here, Lieber, just point blank is I like to get my way and I like to have my way and I like what I like. It is what it is. No shame in your game. What is this that you're kind of doing? Other than that, when it comes to more specifically, what is it that you want? Because you haven't you having this emotion and this feeling about whatever it is that you want or whatever it is you're going for or taking action for. I mean, you are sharp and clear about this. Clearly, you are sharp and clear about this, but you're playing with these energies. I'm not going to say like you're utilizing these energies. It's possible, but is it compartmentalized a little bit? You got to keep them separated. Is it compartmentalized a little bit? Energetically, it feels a little. Yeah, there's the gnat. It feels like a little bit of like a push to start. Like you kind of get the ball rolling, you kind of get into something, and then as you're moving along with it, you kind of enjoy it and you kind of like a little bit, but you're also keeping a very sharp eye out. Like, okay, I'm in the process of getting exactly what I want, and I like it, and that makes you feel good. Clearly, it does. It feels good to get what you want. It feels good to have what you've wanted. Um, but why does it feel a little bit more specific that even though that shows up, why is it not kind of like more than that? Why is it not more? I wonder. It's kind of like saying, well, once you get what you want, now what? And that's what I'm talking about. There's this energy of like, well, you got what you want. You know, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Fast forward. Are you still happy with what you have? Because you got what you wanted. You like getting what you want. But are you happy with what you have now that you have it? Because once you have something, there's the potential of losing it. Um, you're like, I'm bored. That's what I'm talking about, Libra. You're just energetically playing around with it. You're like, bored. That's it's interesting. You're like, even though you're trying to like fine tune and make small little tweaks and changes to whatever this is, um, just for example, it's kind of like fish in a barrel. It's like, I'm over it. It's too. You're kind of like saying it's too fucking easy. This shit's too easy. I'm not gonna say like stealing candy from a what, but considering Sagittarius's title is you're excited and ready for you're excited and ready like a kid in a candy store for something sweet. Jeez. Trick or treat. Spooky season. Is it gonna be a trick or is it gonna be a treat? Like candy? Candy anybody? Um there's the devil. Uh-oh. Libra. Like I said with that mischievous little smirker grin at the start of this. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, you know it, Libra. You're like, what? Okay, so oh my gosh. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. Halloween you can be scary. Christmas you have to be careful whether you're naughty or nice. What's with the seasons and the holidays? Um, Interesting. What is that? What is that specifically, Libra? What happens when you come across something you want but can't have? What then? That's interesting. It kind of makes me think of Aries energy a little bit and who they ask about or deal with. What is that? When you want something or someone you can't have, what then? Huh. What is that? Um, what happens as well to continue with that train of thought? What happens when you want something that isn't so easy? Like it's not so easy anymore. It's a little bit more challenging or difficult. For the example of fish in a barrel, fishing for fish in a barrel. What happens when the barrel now becomes a swimming pool? When it's like it's a little bit more complicated. What happens when you take it even bigger? What happens when you're on the pier fishing off the pier and there's 10 other fishers all going after fish too? Like what happens then? What is that? That's interesting. Oh my goodness. Libra, 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 Libra. Ooh. Huh? What? Um, hold on. Hold on here. What happens when you need someone else to help you get what you want? What then? I feel like the questions are just as important as the reading. What then? It's like, what if there's something you want, but you need help getting there, getting it, reaching that? What then? Then it's almost kind of like you have to put your pride aside and be like, I might need a little help with this. Phone a friend. Um, Close contacts. This is a very interesting energy, Libra. Um, what I'm not understanding is what then? Because you show me it like, what is that? That's like I said, energetically speaking, there's nothing wrong with getting what you want. There's nothing wrong with wanting what you want. And you're showing me like it's easy to get what I want. But when there's something that's difficult for you to get what you want, and then on top of that, whatever this will just kind of exhibit A, whatever that is. Oh, I wish I had like a one of those boards to write on like a school board. Exhibit A. This is what Libra wants. Whatever evidence and all that. Um, the difficulty. What happens when there's something you want? It's harder to get what you want. You might need help to get what you want. For some reason there's like a severity about you getting what you want because it's so easy for you to get what you want. But then when it's not as easy for you to get what you want, it's almost kind of like this energy is almost like projected onto someone else. It feels like why aren't they on the same page? Like why don't they just get it? And it's like Libra, that's because it's something you personally, individually want. Anybody out there is not going to want to the exact same extent or level. They're not going to want the same thing as you to the same extent that you're going to want it yourself. And I don't know what this is or what this is about between you and someone because there is someone very close to you. But whatever that energy is, that's kind of like I do see it, and I'll be honest. I'm looking at a situation where it's kind of like, well, why aren't they just on the same wavelength as me? And it's like, Libra, don't know. Don't know. But whatever that instantaneous I want is, you're kind of like, this is not okay. This is not okay. This is not okay because they don't energetically align with what energy you're kind of bringing to the table. And so you're like, this is not okay. And this is kind of a situation where I don't know what this is, Libra, but this is what happens kind of when you're so used to getting what you want instantaneous, and then life kind of was like, oh, here's this. You're gonna have to try a little harder. It doesn't mean push or be nudgy or force. It just means try a little harder. That's how life works. What is that saying? When you advance in life, you get to a new level. When you get to a new level, there's new devils. Whatever that devil is, um, That's what it's all about. You want to get higher and higher and higher and higher, you're gonna have to do more, 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 more. If what you're saying is getting what you want is so easy, then that means you've gotten comfortable and you've kind of slacked off. You've gotten too comfortable, Libra. And no wonder why you're kind of over here like, I'm bored. And it's like, well, you're not even challenging yourself. And the problem is, though, is when the situation challenges you, you don't like it. You don't like it. You're like, wait a minute, what? I don't like this. This is too difficult now. All of a sudden, you're like, I'm used to things being so easy, and it's like, yeah, surprise. That's one of life's little games that they like to play. It's like, oh, you think you know what life is all about? Well, surprise, here's something you have no idea about. That's how it goes. You think you know, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like, wait a minute, what? That's life's blind spot. There's confusion. Look at this. There's confusion, Libra. Your head is going for a spin. I mean, I know I'm wearing the Exorcist, but your head is going for a spin. And then there's the will on top of it. That's crazy. You're right where you need to be, Libra. You're right where you need to be. Don't worry, I won't start puking and vomiting. Interesting. And that's the thing, though. When it comes to like getting it or getting something or someone getting or understanding you, it's like, yeah, you can get with them, but do they actually get you? That's the thing. Do they ever get you, or is it almost kind of like this thing of like, oh, we're together, but we just don't connect on that level. We don't vibe on that same wavelength. We just don't, we're just too different. Um, I don't know what that is. What you're saying is your grip and your grasp on you making sure it is what it is, Libra. This is just all blunt and honesty. You with your grip and your grasp on getting exactly what you want when you want it, exactly how you want it. That's what's throwing a wrench into this whole engine and this whole system. It's an energy of sometimes you have to evolve and adapt and change a little bit. Um, Instead of remaining fixed and kind of like the same mindset and perspective. That means your awareness is being stretched a little bit. It's like thinking a little bit more outside the box because energetically with this fixed perspective, that's why things are changing the way it is. It's kind of like break out of your normal way of thinking or seeing or doing things in order for you to reach those new heights or new levels in a sense. What I like about this though is even you're like, I don't fucking get this. That's actually the fire and the motivation that pushes you out of your comfort zone of like, this is not okay. Good. You're right where you need to be to change something. You're right where you need to be, even though you're kind of like, fuck, I don't want to do this, but I know I need to do this. It is what it is. Everybody does some shit that they don't want to do every single day. Get used to it. It is what it is. If everything were easy, what would be the point? Everyone would be walking around like, I'm fucking bored. I'm fucking bored. Everything nowadays is on your phone. You can get anything you want on your phone. That's why there's brain rot. That's why there's like, people aren't too smart because everything is so instantaneous and so fast. And it's just like, there's no fucking effort. There's no effort. Which that's why it creates such an energy of like more emphasis and more severity is because it's requiring more from you. How badly do you want something? How badly do you want someone? It's not a bad thing for something or someone to require more from you or out of you. That's just how things change. A plant that grows from this size double requires more water. But if you keep feeding the same amount of water, it's going to slow everything down. It's like you wonder why you're not getting more out of something or out of someone or from something or from someone. It's like you've been giving them the same amount for an extended period of time. You've been giving the certain same amount, and it's like it's requiring more, and you find you actually end up slowing something down rather than helping it speed up. And it's like that's that energy of like, why isn't it having the same effect? Why isn't it easy? Things change. Things change. Um, you're like, huh? Message received. Yeah, very similar to Gemini. Very similar to Gemini. There's something there that you're having to relook at or reconsider. I don't know what that is, Libra. That's the thing. It's like think about it. Think about it a little bit more. Kind of let it process a little bit more. Like what is it like? What is that you're feeling? Like what is it that's kind of like coming up to the surface for you to realize that's kind of like wait a minute. What is that? What is that feeling? What is that challenge that's trying to pull you out of your comfort zone to do a little more, show a little more, give a little more to whatever this situation or circumstances are? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Hmm. But whatever that is, it's calling you to learn and study and kind of look into this. So once again, it's about the learning process and the learning curve. So we'll see where this one goes, Libra. Bye.